Good afternoon, and welcome to another Time Talk Watch video brought to you by Watch You Want. This is OJ Whatley talking to you live from Watch You Want. Before we begin talking about these watches, I'd just like to remind you, if you like our videos, please make sure to sign up and subscribe to our feed on YouTube, Watch You Want Inc. As well, these watches and our entire inventory of watches can be viewed on our website, watchyouwant.com. So the title of my review today is called Panerai Automatic Marina, A Tale of Two Watches. And today I'll be talking about two very unique, two very similar, but yet two very different watches. Today I'll be talking to you about the classic PAM 86 44mm Automatic Marina and the PAM 164 Automatic Marina. I call these watches kissing cousins. And I call this a tale of two watches because while they're both essentially the same watch, they're both very different as well. So I'd like to talk to you about the differences and the similarities between these two watches so you can kind of understand some of the nuances which make each and every Panerai so unique, so different, and so uniquely identifying, I guess is the phrase for it. So on my left is the PAM 86, the Automatic Marina. This was made for the D and the E series, which would essentially be 2002 and 2003 production year. I like this watch because it was made at a time when Panerai was probably producing around 5 to maybe closer to 10,000 watches per year. And at the time this watch was produced, it probably had a retail of about $4,000. What I love about this watch more than anything is that anthracite dial, that very cool silky gray anthracite, also known as charcoal dial. So anthracite is just a fancy word for charcoal. Don't let it scare you, don't let it fool you. So it's got that very cool charcoal dial with the offset and contrasting silver second subdial at 9 o'clock. This watch features railroad track minute markers around the edge of the dial, and every 5 minutes we have a luminous dot for the hour markers next to a fairly large and bold Arabic number for the hour markers. Interestingly, the luminous numbers are only 12 and 6. The 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11, those are not luminous numbers. They're just gray on top, painted on top of the anthracite dial. But they make for a very nice effect. They make this watch extremely legible in the daytime, and the glowing numbers with the glowing dots that are nice and evenly spaced out makes this a super legible watch and a super highly visible and luminous watch at night. Also, one of the things I really love about the PAM 86 was it features an all stainless steel, sort of a satin brushed finish stainless steel case. Almost that it could be mistaken for titanium, except that titanium is so much darker when it's brushed. This watch has a much more shimmery and, like I said, brassed finish. It is all brushed, so it's got a matte finish. It's got that satin matte finish, but because it's stainless steel and not titanium, it's a much brighter metal than titanium. This was the only 44mm watch that they made that was featured an all brushed case and bezel. And so when this watch was discontinued after the E series, starting in the F series, they replaced the PAM 86 with the PAM 164, which you see on the right side. So this is the PAM 164 Automatic Marina, and the characteristic and trademark designs of this watch was that it featured that same brushed stainless steel case, but it was contrasted by a high polished glossy finish bezel, a shiny high gloss finish bezel. And so you really got a nice contrast between that brushed satin finished case in stainless steel and that high polished stainless steel bezel. Keeping in its tradition with the PAM 86, and how you know these two are really related, aside from the fact that they both feature the brushed stainless steel case, is those Arabic numbers next to the hour markers. They did away with the railroad track markers, but they kept the dots for the hour markers, and they kept the silver Arabic numbers, the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11. They also kept the luminous 12 and the 6. So as you can see, these watches are very, very similar. I'd consider them almost kissing cousins, for example, and yet they're very different as well. You know, you could say that the PAM 86 is a lot more contemporary than the PAM 164. People don't realize the chronology of these watches, and that the PAM 86 was actually the predecessor to the PAM 164. But it was Panerai's way of keeping a brushed finish case in the lineup and keeping a dial with very legible Arabic numbers, more than just the traditional 12 and 6 with the hash marks, but the actual Arabic numbers around the edge of the dial. Again, the PAM 164 is every bit as luminous and legible and easy to read as the PAM 86. So the PAM 164 is every bit as luminous and legible as the PAM 86, but definitely features sort of a cleaner dial without those railroad track minute markers. Let's see. Also, the crown protector is high polished. It's a high polish finish, glossy stainless steel, and the crown protector is brushed to match that stainless steel, brushed stainless case. And whereas on the PAM 86, every piece of metal on this watch is a brushed satin finished. Not the case with this, just the sides of the case and the case itself feature that brushed satin finish. And it gives a nice contrast with the high polished crown protector and the high polished bezel. In the PAM 164, they did away with the tang buckle, which was featured for the production of D and E series in the PAM 186. Again, featuring that brushed stainless steel bezel, the brushed stainless steel buckle, matching to the brushed stainless steel case. It's a what they call a thumbnail style traditional tang buckle or Ardalan buckle. And on the 164, they implemented it with the new style folding deployment buckle with the double push button. And there you have that right there. A lot of people welcomed that folding deployment buckle on the Automatic Marina when it was released, myself included, because I am a big fan of the deployment buckle, as I feel like it kind of gives you more of a hybrid between a bracelet than when you're wearing a strap, and also kind of helps that strap to wear a little better, I feel, as well as stay on your wrist a little better. So when this watch was released, this watch was the first Automatic Marina to feature that folding deployment buckle in 44 millimeter. And this watch would be a kissing cousin to the PAM 104, the basic Automatic Marina 44 millimeter. Although that watch has never changed in design, it's always featured that high polished stainless steel case. Both the bezel, the case, the crown protector, everything on that watch is shiny, high polished stainless steel. So these watches are sort of different and a unique take on that watch because they have that contrast, those contrasting finishes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed learning more about the PAM 86 and the PAM 164, what I would consider absolute Panerai classics. You know, you really don't see the PAM 164 anymore. Both of these watches feature an off-the-shelf Valjoux movement, automatic movement, that was not produced by Panerai in-house, and since Panerai is now producing their own in-house 3-day automatic power reserve movement, these watches aren't really, or the 164 or the 104 are really not in production per se any longer, nor is that Luminor case really in production any longer. Something to consider on that Luminor case, I just want to show you. As you can see, it goes straight across, and when we look at the radiomere, what we see is much more of a bowl-shaped cut as opposed to it going straight across. I'm going to have another video talking about the differences between the Luminor and the Luminor 1950 case, but these are what I would consider the neo-classic or neo-vintage Luminor automatic Marinas produced in the period from about 2001 to about 2007. Since 2011, Panerai really hasn't been releasing many of their off-the-shelf movement watches like the 104, like the 164, opting instead for the in-house 3-day automatic movements. Both of these watches feature, just to give you an idea, the quick set date adjustment feature when you pull down the winding crown. And you pull down the crown protector and pull out the winding crown. The first position allows you to quick set the date adjustment. So there you have it. If you like our videos, I would ask you that you please go on to YouTube and subscribe to our video channel, Watch You Want Inc. And also, if you like our watches, you want to see more, check out our website at watchyouwant.com. Thank you so very much for your time today. And as always, wear your watches in the very best of health. This is OJ Whatley, your Panerai guy, signing off. Have a great day.